Let's take a look at another one of my favorite cryptos, Cardano. Alright, we're looking at the daily chart for Cardano, and the data I have is 2:09 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on December the 30th. Earlier this year, around August, Cardano went on this really nice bull run, established an all-time high at $3.10. At this point in time, it was outperforming most other blockchain type cryptos like Solana, AVAX, Polkadot. But then unfortunately after that, the price pulled back. And then worse than that, around the fourth week in November, we had this really bad news with eToro. eToro, a very popular crypto exchange out of the United Kingdom, came out with this announcement. US users will not be able to open new ADA or Tron positions starting on December 26. Additionally, staking for these assets will end on December 31st. These changes are due to business-related considerations in the evolving crypto environment. And that caused a lot of selling pressure on the price of Cardano, and the price took a dive after that. However, I think the worst is over for Cardano, because after dropping down to about $1.20, it seemed like the price is stabilizing around that. As you can see, for almost 10 days, there was a lot of back and forth between the seller and buyer. But it seemed like the buyer is pretty much in control, and they were able to hold the line at this $1.20. And at the $1.20, it is also right at the support of this upward trend line. As you can see, by connecting all this lower high, we have this trend line. And the support of this trend line is right at the $1.20. So by bouncing off, this is an indication that this could potentially be the bottom, and there's a high probability that we could see the price begin to bounce up from this point. Let's take a look at Cardano on this 4-hour chart. After the price ran up to $2.40 and then started this pullback, very much following this very nasty looking downward channel. But the minute the price dropped to about $1.20, it's very much found bottom. As you can see, bounce up, but every time when it retests $1.20, buyers step in and the price bounce right back up. So Cardano was stabilizing at around $1.20, and then right at this point, it broke out of the resistance of this downward channel, and then we saw the price continue to trend upward, ran all the way to $1.60. Unfortunately, at this point, Bitcoin retraced, caused this pullback, and now it is in the process of bouncing up. The first major resistance would be right at around $1.40, because at $1.40, that is also where the 10 days moving average is. So definitely there's going to be a strong resistance at this point. There is a very good possibility that once the price retests that, it may get rejected. We could see the price retrace to about $1.30 before it bounces up again. And the second time, I believe that it should be able to cross over that. The next major resistance would be at $1.48. It crossed over $1.48, then we're looking at retesting $1.60. So in the short term, I am looking forward to Cardano go back and retest $1.60. Let's go back to the daily chart. As you can see, right at around $1.40, it is so important because at this point, that is where the 10 days moving average is. And if we look at the 10-day moving average, it started reversing direction and trending up. So if Cardano can stabilize over the 10 days, and then retest the 50 days, and then cross over that and trade at $1.60 or above, because at $1.60 or above, it would be trading above this 50 days moving average. The 10-day would likely trend up and then cross over and lead the 50 days. That would be the bullish signal that I'm looking for. So the key price point for me is at $1.60. If Cardano can stabilize over that, definitely the worst is over. And I expect the first quarter of 2022 it's going to be a good quarter for Cardano holder. One thing to keep in mind is we had this death cross. This is when the 50-day crossed over and dropped below the 50 days. So as long as the price is within this death cross, there's always that possibility that the minute it tests the 50-day, we could see this significant pushback. Then there's always that possibility that the price could retrace and retest this trend line again. But I believe that this is definitely provides strong support. So under the worst case scenario, if the price retrace and test the support of this trend line, I expect it to bounce up because I believe the problem relating to eToro is pretty much done and over with. Cardano is a great project. It will find support, bounce up, and I'm looking forward to the first quarter of 2022 be the beginning of this major reversal in price. That's it for this video, and don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe, and make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at VietMaxim because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.